Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim and Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and citation you, I can teach all truth and sincerity. This is going to be called uh, She That Liveth in Pleasure is Dead While She Liveth. So this is First Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. It says, But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's basically plain. Um, and this is literally talking about a woman that is basically a part of this world, a part of this society, all about, you know, this wicked place called America. Also, a woman that is basically like, whorish. She sleeps around with every man. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry that gives her something, she'll give him the box. That also is an example of she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. A woman that's totally about the philosophies of this world being, you know, you know, whorish, getting that money, um, you know, and plus those women that thought around, they're not happy. And I can honestly say they're not happy, because I was give you a small example. I worked at this job where this nigga woman that every day she come in the job, her hair would be different every single day. One day she have her hair this way. One day she have her hair that way. One day she have her hair this way. It'd be like every day her hair changes. It's like she never stays with the same hairstyle. And then when I worked by her, she came in my area where I worked, and she was working partly in the same space where I was working. I asked her, "Are you happy?" She said, "It's one of those days." And she said the same thing yesterday. It was one of those days again. And I'm like looking at her like, you all dolled up. You come to work all dolled up. You got your nails did, your hair did, your eyelashes are good, all good. And I'm like, you're not happy? Why aren't you happy? Like, you're all dolled up to come to work. Why are you not happy? You know? Like, that don't make no sense. But that's an example of she that lives in pleasure. She did all that work, got all that stuff on. And I understand women um, love to, accessorize and make themselves look good. But if you're not happy, you're not, you know, satisfied with your day, what's the point? You know, like you just. But anyway, but anyway, I'm gonna go to another scripture, but I had to get a small example because that lady, she's a complete whore. She sleeps around with multiple guys. I even asked her, do you have a steady boyfriend? And she said, I got multiple boyfriends. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, which I understood when she said none of your business, but I was like, in my mind, like, this girl's, you know. And it says in scripture that you can know a whore by her eyelids. I'm gonna get that scripture, you know, cause she really was one of those. She is a harlot, you know. So I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes, cause this is Ecclesiasticus 26:7. It says an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. So evil woman or evil wife is basically a headache, a vexation, she's a demon. She's not a man um keep the company of an evil woman. Basically, if you dealing with a woman that's evil towards you and does wicked things toward you, you should bear with her and deal with her. And then, or if you getting vexed and you continue getting vexed, you can leave that evil woman alone, and find another woman that's not um evil, you know because you know there's no righteous woman, and there's no so you deal with women according to the weak of vessel, and you deal how you deal. You know, and you can also put a woman in her place if she's being wicked, and she'll leave you. If she's tired of fussing and fighting, she'll leave you, and you know. But anyway, I'm gonna skip to 9. It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. So the whoredom of a woman is known in her haughty looks and eyelids. And that woman that I basically gave a small example about is, I could tell that she been ran through multiple times, and she was 18 years old, and she was playing the harlot, out here in the streets, with multiple guys. And some of the guys that she was playing the harlot with was at the job, you know. Um, it says in verse 10, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. So if you have a daughter, you're supposed to keep her. Um, you're supposed to keep watch of your daughter, because if you don't keep watch of your daughter, um, she'll end up going out and abusing herself with multiple men. You know, um, and because if you give women liberty to gad abroad, then they're gonna become, whores. They're gonna do whoredom. They're gonna go and sleep with multiple guys, and won't have no shame about it. It says, verse verse 11, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she transpass against thee. So, um, if you're a woman, if you don't be surprised if your woman ends up trespassing against you, because if she really was your woman, she wouldn't do that. Like, if you deal with a woman that's been popped before, and she transgressed against you, if she really was, like, if you dealt with her when she was a virgin, then but anyway, these women, if they cheat on you or they go out and commit adultery on you, don't be surprised. You know, it says in verse 12, it says, uh, she says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when she hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. And it's talking about the woman. She'll, if you give her something, and if a man gives a woman something, and she will give him, she'll appreciate it by giving him the box. Especially a woman that it says, and drink of every water near her, by every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. And this is a woman you know, having dealing with multiple dicks at once, multiple arrows, you know. She's being a whore, not 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 uh you know, drinking on every fountain, every just being a harlot, Um a verse I'm gonna go to Proverbs uh mm, Proverbs 21 and hold on, brawling. Hold on. Oh, right quick. This is Proverbs 21:9. It says, "It is better to dwell in a corner of the house than with a brawling woman in a wide house." So, also land back on that Ecclesiastes 26:7. It's better to dwell in a house, corner housetop, than with a brawling woman with a evil wife, a woman that you're arguing with back and forth and dealing with, being, in arguments with. It's better to dwell on a housetop. It's rather to dwell not in a house with a evil woman, a brawling woman. Um, and in this society, these women, they want you to bow down to them, cater to them, and and that's not what men are supposed to do. These women are supposed to cater to us. They're supposed to, like that song that Beyonce made with the Destiny Child, cater to you. That's the way a woman's supposed to be. That was the best song she ever made. Um, it says, this is First Esdras 4:26. It said, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and became servants for their sakes. And this is what this has happened. Um, many in this world have run out of their wits for women and became servants for their sakes. Because most men, they get into certain things to get women. Like they go to church to get women. They participate in these holidays for women. They, you know, uh, some men, they'll do whatever the wife says and not do what they want because their woman will have a problem. Like I know a few men that won't drink because their woman doesn't drink, or they'll drink somewhere else and not drink in front of their woman because they don't want to get her upset. But and I looked at him sideways like, why would you care if she's mad that you're drinking? It's not like anyway. It says and that it says verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred in sin for women. Um, like it says in woman. The woman is the beginning of sin. Through her, we all die. Um, many men have erred, have perished because of these women, and these women, you know, men have perished for them. Men have died to protect women, to keep women. You know, and these women, they're, there's no righteous woman. These women get men caught up. A woman can get you killed, especially if dealing with a woman that's, married to another man, that woman can get you killed, you know. But I'm gonna say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Karkadash, Shabanish to the elder apostles, great millstone, and citation you out teach all truth, sincerity, and shalom.